Welcome to another review on behalf of Aussie Gamers Express. I am Chaser. Today we'll be looking at an early access game available on Steam, Rebirth of Island. The first thing that I noticed straight away about this game is that it has a demo available for free on Steam. So even though it is in early access, you can choose to play the demo and give feedback, or purchase the game and give feedback. Now before we go any further, let's examine what it is that the author of this game has set out to do. One of the things to understand before we go into this game is someone's baby. They're spending all their time, all their energy putting into this game to try and make it something worth doing. And getting on Greenlight and getting early access is one way to open it up and generate a lot of interest. However, this does go sideways for some games where there isn't a lot in the game. There's not a lot to do. So that being the case, let's examine some key points. It's procedurally generated, it's a hardcore survival, a management system of energy and resources, and continuous updates. Now this really begs a question on what a hardcore survival game is. Now for me, a hardcore survival game involves one life. Once you die, the game is over. You have to start all over again. There has to be a penalty for losing. Now the game starts out in a tutorial level that shows you a little bit about how you interact with the world. So you can cut down trees, you can put wood on the pails, and you can pick them back up. The control in this game is really frustrating. You'll use WASD for movement, and then you'll use RF and V for different building controls. And you've got to press and hold them, and then rather than clicking on like the box to see what options are, you've actually got to press 1 or 2 depending on which box you would like to look at. It's really frustrating. Coming from a place like 7 Days to Die, Rust, Minecraft, all that side of things, you're used to being able to click on the box and then be able to select what you want to press. But I don't know why they've gone for this direction, but I find it really conflicting with the gameplay. Now the introduction of this game in the credits goes into this space level where you'll use the control to balance the ship to go straight or to take either direction. This level is completely redundant and is only there to transition you from the tutorial to the landscape that you'll be building on. I find that this should be a video and not an actual part of the gameplay. It is just frustrating where you get crippled by these meteors and you're just trying to get to the planet. You're just trying to progress the game, but you're entering these fields of asteroids that are just pummeling the shit out of you. And see there, you just want to get to the world. Now we're just going to speed this up a little so you can see what happens in the game. So you take pieces of wood, you build pallets, you store items on them. You've tried to deal with this funky ass control by pressing RF or V to bring up different menus and build houses and all that sort of stuff. And then it gives you several objectives to do. So you've got to chop down a tree, get some stone, make a bonfire. So it sort of leads you through the things that you've got to do to progress your society. There are 3 different layers of terrain that you can play upon: the top, the middle and the bottom, and you transfer between these through what looks like spider webs. One of the features of interacting in the terrain is researching. You're able to go up to different stones, creatures, people, and it shows a little researching bar which then gives a description of the item that you've located. This feature is absolutely redundant. It offers no level of immersion. It's just a simple stated fact. You stood in front of something and now it tells you what it is. It doesn't allow or disallow me to do anything that I was previously able to do before. If there was a prerequisite where something had to be researched in order for it to be used, well maybe then it would have some form of benefit. Now let's have a look at deaths. Deaths have absolutely no detrimental effect whatsoever. It states that you are transported to some sort of parallel universe in the event of your death, so you're playing the you from another universe, but as far as I can tell there's no detrimental effect from dying. So this really doesn't fit into the category of hardcore survival. From those humble beginnings, I've built a town, I've recruited some people and I've given them some jobs to do. They don't seem to want to do much of anything, but I keep trying with the allocation system, which is really another pain in the ass menu that you've got to go through. It's not user friendly at all. And you've got to allocate them different jobs and different roles to take on in their society. But this is pretty much the pinnacle of the game. Past this, I can't see any objective or reason to play. I've already mastered the entire realm because Resources are plentiful. I don't have to want for anything. The only thing I have to want for is food, and I can pretty well ignore that because I have infinite lives. So I've only really got to worry about feeding my own people if I want to. Given that the game says it's a hardcore survival with resource management, I don't find that the game itself reflects those assets. It's a casual survival indie game with really poor control. But look, give it a go, have a play of the demo for yourself and see how it evolves. This is build 1381676, so there's still a lot of room for the developers to continue their work and really grow this. That's it from me. Have a crack at the demo if you want to get involved in development. Rebirth of Island, 4 out of 10 poorly categorized carrots.